Okay, welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. So we're gonna talk about the road rage incident, and I'm completely at fault for the most part. All right, I will own the part that's my part. All right. So there was I had to go to Piedmont Power. As I tell you guys, that was the exact place where I got two fist burgers to the eye when I was stuck in a seatbelt and I couldn't fight back because I couldn't get out the seatbelt. When I got in the seatbelt, the 400 plus pound Albemarle County cop was sitting on me with his gun leg, and I had his gun in a swivel barrel in my hand, and he had his fist under my throat with his forearm. He's like, "I got you, son." I was like, "If you look at my left hand, I actually got you. But I don't want to kill you. I want to kill the guy that broke my face and my glasses and shit." So he basically cut me with my broken glasses, but he didn't break anything outside of his hand. That's also why I also went back to practicing bound fighting, because I was put in handcuffs. Neither here or there. Totally irrelevant. But so I drove past the place and I made a U-turn, and the person behind me in a either a red SUV or a burgundy SUV started honking the horn. So when I make the U-turn, there was another car coming, so I had to speed the fuck up. So the dude was coming. Now I'm one of these people, and y'all can take this wherever you want. It is probably not the wisest idea about the shit that's about to come out of my mouth, but I'm one of these people. All right, and you take this with a grain of salt, or I won't be held responsible for what the fuck happens to you. Like I said, I own the fact that it was my fault. Dude could have just kept driving. Nah, he wants to honk the horn at me. But there's a lot of there's a fly in here. God damn it. Or a mosquito. There's a lot of people who like to do dumb shit when it comes to road rage. If you fly back by me, you're dead, buddy. That's all to that. You're straight fucking dead. Anyway, this is probably not the best thing to be saying after talking about road rage, but anyway, the guy wouldn't stop honking his horn at me, right? And my light turned green, so I'm going back to go to Piedmont Power. I'm thinking to my whole self, I'm like, if this motherfucker follows me to Piedmont Power, this motherfucker's not going home today. Because I'm going to beat the fucking brakes off this bastard. Because all he had to do was mind his business and drive the fuck out. Like I said, I own the fact that I busted U-turn. Maybe he shouldn't have been driving so goddamn fast behind me, because if I'd have hit the brakes, he would have hit my car. So that part would have been on him. But they're owning the fact that, yeah, I'm at fault. Okay, I'm at fault. People make mistakes. I get it. But there comes a point in time where you have to learn one of two things. The first thing you need to learn is, just because you think you can fight, don't mean you can. If you haven't really been in a fight, don't jump up and think, "Oh, well, I know Kung Fu, so now I can fight." No, you haven't been in a fight. Doesn't matter if you know Kung Fu or not. If you haven't been in a fight, you know Kung Fu. But that doesn't necessarily mean you know how to fucking use Kung Fu. And, he kept driving behind me, going the opposite direction, but still holding his fucking horn. I ain't paying no attention to that shit, and he kept honking as my light turned, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get this fucker the finger. But I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker want to beat him. He can come follow me. If he want to make a scene or whatever, he can come all the way down the road, follow me back to Piedmont Power, and then I'm going to end his fucking shit. I'm not going to kill him, but he ain't going home today. I'm gonna break both his motherfucking legs. It's gonna be kind of hard to drive when your legs is broken. And then I'm gonna wait for the cops. And when the cops get there, say, "Hey, look, I made a fucking mistake and I made a U-turn because I drove past the place I need to go. This asshole wanted to follow me back. His fuck up is his problem. If you want to arrest me, it's fine. I'll gladly go to jail for that shit. But you can arrest me for assault. But you're gonna arrest him for fucking stalking." I said, if y'all don't arrest him when he gets out the hospital, if y'all don't arrest him, I'm gonna sue you. Because yeah, I fucked up and made a U-turn. There was no U-turn sign there. I needed to get back to Virginia Power. Piedmont Power. This motherfucker could have just drove off and would have been fine. Which luckily in the real world he did. But he wouldn't stop honking the horn at me. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if this dumb son of a bitch decides that he wants to come and get stupid, I'm going to end his shit. He will never chase any damn body else ever the fuck again. And this is the lesson that y'all all need to learn. People do make mistakes. Most people don't own them, but people do make mistakes. If you are dumb enough to make a second mistake by going after the person who made a mistake, that might be the last thing you ever do. You may follow somebody who has a gun, who may not have a problem using it. No, somebody's following you. They may have a gun. They may not have a problem using it. This motherfucker could have followed me and shot me. The difference maker is I don't give a fuck. Alright? I really don't. If you dumb enough to follow me because I fucked up and pissed you off, then you ain't got no business driving a car. Because everybody fucks up behind the wheel at least once. Most of the time when I fuck up behind the wheel, I'm generally speeding. But I need to make that U-turn because you know how you just see the place, but you see it too late versus I needed to see it sooner? Well, I didn't see it sooner. I saw it just as I was passing. Oh, motherfucker, that's where I need to go. So instead of going all the way around to turn and make a right, I just made a fucking U-turn right there. I turned right at the light. I had the right of way. I had to wait for the lady on the bike to go past. After she got through the light, I turned right at the light, and I did a U-turn. Now, I have a small car, so it's not like it's going to really cause any kinds of problems. This jackass in this little bit bigger car is like a baby SUV. It's like red or burgundy or whatever. And he wants to keep honking his horn like he's going to do something. If you are not going to do something, and you are honking your horn just because you may be mad at someone who missed a turn. Okay? People miss a turn all the time. Trust me, GPSs have almost gotten me fucked up. Be forewarned. Because 9 times out of 10, this shit don't always work out the way you plan it. I don't plan to jump out the car and beat the fuck out of somebody. But I'm pretty sure when I got out the car, the motherfucker, if he would have followed me, would have been getting out the car right behind me. And then there would have been a motherfucking problem. The problem would have been for him, though. Because there was a whole bunch of lawn and garden shit in that damn parking lot that I would have found a way to magically use that shit to severely damage the idiot that should have just kept going. And here's another thing. All right, I'm going to say this posthumously because I don't have children. All right? I don't have children, and I would hate to take somebody's mom or dad from them in the means of defending myself. So let me make this abundantly clear. I'm not going to be held responsible if you chase after me because I fucked up. Alright? I fucked up. I know I fucked up. But don't you fuck up and come after me. And I say this all the time. I send warnings, not invitations, because I'm 49. I no longer have to give a fuck about your fucking feelings now. If you come after me and I'm almost 50 fucking years old, and you think you're going to do something to me, and you think I'm just going to sit there and let that shit happen, then you are dumb as a box of rocks that Jesus popped out of his butt. Not everybody that is small is weak. And not everybody that is big is strong. And let the chips fall where they may when it comes down to a fight. Because win, lose, or draw, somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. Unless you're dealing with me. Somebody's going to win, and somebody's going to die. I don't plan on being the guy that's going to die. And I'm not fighting you to win. I'm fighting to survive. So if I fuck up, and you decide you want to drive all the way after me and make yourself lose whatever future plans you had, that's on you. I send warnings, not invitations. And the thing I tell people all the motherfucking time, you do not know what somebody's been through that day. You do not do anything dumb and go fucking with somebody just because your day got fucked up and they may have accelerated your day. Alright? They may have accelerated the bad shit happening in your day. And it does happen. It's happened to me all the time. And when I was younger, I was forever flipping the bird to motherfuckers that just couldn't drive. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. Forever flipping the bird. Oh, you know. But I also had a bad habit of punching my steering wheel and punching my ceiling and punching my the sun blocker thingy. I tore some car shit up, yo. I literally the only thing I never punched was my gear shift. And I had to stop punching my steering wheel with the last 2 cars I have because they have airbags. And I don't want to bust a fucking airbag because that shit's going to cost me money. So, and I don't have money. So, I'm punching the ceiling of my car. It's not like I'm going to actually dent the bitch. I'm not that damn strong. However, I will confess to denting the shit out of the ceiling in the green one and the red one when I have Ford Festivas or Ford Fiestas. I don't know which one it is. Hold on. Is it a Ford Festiva or a Ford Fiesta? It's got Zen on here. Hold on. Uh, Come on. Zen's still talking. Technology, man. Is the car called a Ford Festiva or a Ford Fiesta?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
It's the Festiva. Alright. So, I had a car like this. But it was green. Let me see. I also had a red one. The red one was the favorite. Where's the how do I get the images? Okay. Ooh, a yellow one. I'd buy that. I like yellow. I'd buy that. But it had to be a stick shift. Alright, so when I need more images. But y'all have to excuse Zen multiverse. Um so I had a red one like this. And I had a green one. Almost had the same body style. But yeah, that yellow one looks cool as shit. But mine was also two doors. I only had the two-door ones. Where is the guy? There we go. Well, could beat a motherfucker. Green one like this. The green one went to my uncle. So you know, it was they were both nice cars. I had the green one when I got fired on my day off working at Sears. But anyway, I was forever hitting the ceiling of that damn car in the red one. Forever, just bam, 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 bam. Both of them were stick shifts, so I had to use my left hand. So anyway, I would get behind people and they would fuck up, and I would just flip the fuck out. I would never chase them home, but I would swear at them, and I would flip them the bird like it was nothing. But as I got older, I learned, I probably shouldn't be doing that because one day somebody just might unalive my ass with a fucking gun because they might be scared. I've had the cops come after me because my uncle picked up somebody's shit in my green car and they came looking for me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was at work at this time. Well, your car, I said, well, you got to talk to my uncle because he was driving the car because he dropped me off at work. So they had to talk to him about that shit. He's like, well, I didn't know where the shit came from, but apparently somebody split out my license plate number and they came to my house and they found me. And I was like, okay, well, I have a rock solid alibi. I was fucking at work. And then so my uncle's like, oh, well, that must have been me because I picked all that shit up. And I was like, it had to be you because my black ass was at work. Well, anyway, if the guy would have came behind me, we would be having a different conversation. In fact, I probably wouldn't have been able to go live tonight and make any videos because I'd probably be sitting in fucking jail for breaking this dude's ass in half. So, as I said, as a warning, if somebody fucks up behind the wheel of a car, unless they crash damn into you, let that shit go. Go home. If you have children, go to your children. Think before you do something stupid. Especially if you have children. If you got children, man, your children need you. You don't need to spend a night in jail for doing something stupid. So, especially if you're one of those hot-headed people who have a firearm. Because, you have a firearm. I'm gonna speak on this really, really quickly. I'm going to offend a few people. So let me apologize to you now. Alright? I don't own a firearm. I have a bow and arrow. I have no desire to ever unalive anybody because in the Army, luckily I got an honorable discharge before I ever got deployed. It was my job to kill people, rather be with my hands or my rifle. I never wanted to kill anybody unless I had to do it with these. I have fought many people bigger than me, from childhood to adulthood. The last real fight I had was when I was like fucking 17. And that's kind of when I got jumped. Outside of that and the incident where I got hit in the face twice, I haven't really been in too many fights after that. But trust me when I tell you, these fucking hands still work. And I've always told myself, if I gotta kill somebody, I want to do it with my bare hands. Because that way they won't give me a lot of fucking time. But when I got into the military, and they was telling me every motherfucking day, for the time that I was in, you have one mission. You are to kill everyone that ain't wearing your color. If they ain't wearing army green, take them off the scene. And they beat that shit into our heads. They didn't literally do it, but they enforced the fact that, like the Marines, the Army was one shot, one kill. We will. It's kind of like our motto. And I was like, man, I don't want to kill anybody. And we had to sit in class for like 13 hours a day for 3 motherfucking weeks. And this is when we got downrange, not while we were in processing, because we was in processing. We sat in class for hours, and people was volunteering to go do shit just to get the fuck outside so we can get air. I mean, we sat in class and did nothing while we was in processing. We did this all day. Don't fall asleep. Then when we got to fucking damn downrange, we did this for 3 weeks in class all day. And one time, I snitched on myself because, like, you see how my eyes are now? I was just like that. But I was asleep. Sleeping like a motherfucker. Drill sergeant came to the guy beside me, and the other guy, he won't sleep. But the guy on my right, he was gone. Drill sergeant looked at us. Are you asleep, soldier? Yes, drill sergeant. Not you. Your eyes were open. That does not change the fact that I was asleep, drill sergeant. He's like, what? You asleep? I said, I've been asleep for about 10 minutes. It's like, how? Drill sergeant, I'm paranoid. I've been sleeping with my eyes open for a very long time. So he said, well, that's a good trick. You should teach us that. I said, I don't know how to do it. But he's like, so you can go do head, shoulders, knees, and toes, or you can stay there. No one would ever know you were asleep if you didn't open up your fucking mouth. Well, you looked right at me. It's like, I was not looking at you, kid. I was looking at him. Well, my eyes saw you. So when you asked me, I confessed. And I don't tell lies. I haven't told a lie since I was 12 years old. I do think before I speak when I give you 99.9, but I haven't told a lie since I was 12. And I got up behind him, and I went over there and did head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I fucked that up, didn't I? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And we had to do that plus jumping jacks. And I stayed up there for a good 10 minutes. And then I returned to my seat. Was gone again. But my eyes was open. My eyes open. And that drill sergeant didn't come back and ask me. He walked past me twice, but he didn't ask me. And on the final thing, I know totally irrelevant from the road rage shit. I hadn't had sleep for like 2 days, right? Like real sleep. I had like maybe an hour per day because I was handicapped and I was in Delta. And because my leg got fucked back up. And so I was falling asleep. And I had one eye open and one eye closed. And the drill sergeant asked me, he said, are you asleep, soldier? I said, yes, drill sergeant. How do you sleep with one eye open? I said, I don't know, drill sergeant. A couple of weeks back, y'all caught me sleeping with both my eyes open. He's like, oh, you're that guy. I was like, yes, drill sergeant. He's like, okay, well, you gotta give me some push-ups. Roger that, drill sergeant. So I'm pushing. Drill sergeant walked off. I'm asleep. I don't know he gone. I don't. Just pushing. Sleep. Won't snoring. Just pushing. 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 Drill sergeant come back. I'm still pushing. This motherfucker hollers recover. I'm asleep. Still pushing. I said recover, soldier. I jumped up. So was you sleep? Yes, drill sergeant. How are you pushing up in your sleep? Drill sergeant, I haven't been relieved for sleep in like 2 days. It's like, what? I said, I've literally have done back-to-back guard duty because the guy that was supposed to come never showed up. And the other guy that I was with, I let him go because I'm like fucking 37 years old. So I figured that, I could still hang up with the young bucks. The other guy that was supposed to show up to replace the second guy, he never showed up. So I've been here by myself the entire damn time. And he's like, wait, what platoon? I'm second platoon, drill sergeant. I'm gonna make sure this shit don't happen again. So he went and talked to the main drill sergeant said, you know that Williams has been down there for almost like 9 hours and he ain't had no damn sleep. And so when it was my time to go back down there, it's like, you're not going back down. I said, hey, I'm on the list. I got to go down there. It's like, not today. And Drill Sergeant Haynes like, why the hell didn't you say something to somebody? And I said, I didn't know I could say something to anybody. I just did what I was told. He's like, you're 37, man. Why didn't you say something? I said, because my uncles who were in the military told me, shut the fuck up, do what you told, fly under the radar, and you won't get in no trouble. He said, your uncles are very wise. I said, yeah, I know. And that's why I shut the fuck up and do what I'm told. I don't ask y'all no questions. He's like, you older than all of us. I said, correct. I also know how to follow orders. Because until you order me to speak freely, I'm going to speak like you tell me to speak, Drill Sergeant. He's like, Williams, go back to your bunk. I went back to my bunk. I got maybe 4 hours of sleep. And then we had to get right the fuck back up. So, I mean, it was like almost pointless. And about this time, one of the soldiers I was with in Delta flipped the fuck out, started talking about eating people's kids and shit. So that's how we got guarding him. It was like my last 2 weeks before they processed me back out and then sent me back to golf to be checked out. So, and at this time my legs like totally fucked up, and I didn't know how fucked up my leg was until like maybe 3 or 4 years later when I'm sitting here thinking I have an ulcer. But anyway, if you have road rage and you love your children, love yourself enough to go to fuck home. But if you don't, well, I tried to warn you. That being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Love yourself. Be safe out there. Be seeing you. Yes, I have lots of war stories.